Hello everyone, welcome to episode 86 of Trials and Trebuchets. It's me, Luke, and I am your dungeon master, and here are my players.
Hi, my name is Ben, and I'll be playing the level 6 wizard Windsor Wallaby. I may or may not have created a monster.
Hi, I'm Carla, and I play the level 6 tiefling rogue Integrity Idleberry. It's weird to be on this side.
Hi, I'm Sarah, and I play Mira Marchand, the level 6 half-elf bard. Mom, it's my turn on the consciousness.
Hi everyone, my name is Sam, and I play the level 6 human sorcerer, Sarah Nepth Cinderman. I was gonna make a joke or something, but honestly, I'm just surprised this thing can pronounce my name, hell yeah?
I don't know why it's a question mark.
It pronounces your name better than I can, honestly.
That is my favorite intro.
Same.
Carla, are you gonna do like the thing?
No?
Oh.
You did.
Last time
You're
on
me.
Trials and Trebuchets, the students were divided. Mira and Delnis, holding hands, as well as some croissant companions, not holding hands, ventured into the sewers to confront the Ascendant, Nesca. Meanwhile, the others barged into the kitchen to find Yogg, the new golem, ransacking it for yogurt materials. They then entered the sunken hatch and returned Teb's orb to him, finally learning that the neck belonged to Fadan. Finally! Mira and Delnis were bullied into eating sand by a big mean snake, leading them to a garden and a merged mind.
Haha, take this, dweebs.
This just reminds me of like a playground bully who's like, yeah, eat sand. It's like, this is the weirdest threat I've ever heard in my life. What?
Yep. let's make you feel more comfortable around this villain so that you let your guard down. Excellent work, everybody. So Mira,
Hi.
to remind you, you find yourself in a garden, like a courtyard garden to be specific.
In a rainstorm, right?
In a rainstorm. Is it raining? Did I say it was raining?
My notes say horrible rainstorm.
All right, it's a horrible rainstorm then. Even if it wasn't before, it is now. Yes, a horrible rainstorm.
The clouds,
Sudden
they
deluge.
move so fast.
That's nowhere in my notes, but it is now canon. You
can't stop the rain.
You recognized it, Mira, as the garden or like the little courtyard into which Empress Terrassus was looking when you had spoken to her last. In fact, you can, standing where you are now, look up and see the balcony upon which she was presumed to have been standing, right? And into the room where you would have been sitting in some pillows, having a great comfy old time. And in your mind is not only your mind, but the mind of Delnis Raithrin as well. And you see is a strong word. You think her thoughts and your thoughts at the same time. What's up? What's going on? What do you want to do? Do you want me to describe this further, or do you have an immediate course of action that you've prepared?
I think I would like try to communicate with her in my brain. I'd be like, I would think really hard, like, are you okay?
You, as you're thinking, are you okay? You immediately also think, are we dead? And are filled with immense like fear and sadness and just like feel really on edge, I think.
I don't know if we're dead. I don't think we're dead. Why don't we look around and see if any of these people will talk to us? I think we are in a Shiora vision.
Okay. So what do you want to do?
Are there any people like nearby?
I don't see a single person. You're in a
guess
garden.
Yeah.
Is
there a way to get up to that palace area? Like stairs or...
From where you're standing right now, it's like this, there's like the building surrounds you on three sides, almost like a U shape. Does that make sense? So the building surrounds you on three sides. There's like a balcony that you could go underneath of to get out of the rain. And there's doors. There's like two large stone doors. But there's no stairs out here to like get up to that balcony. You're also missing an arm.
Yes.
Is important to note.
I'm gonna go over, I think, and like kind of with my other arm kind of like knock really hard on the doors and be like, hello? Is anybody here?
I need you to make me a perception check.
Perception check? I most certainly can make a perception check.
Wait 1 second, actually.
Oh, okay.
You rolled a 13 on your check last time. I made sure to write that down. I need to consult a table.
Ooh, okay.
Okay. You knock what you think is very hard on this door with your right arm. You don't feel your hand make contact with the door, though. Like, you can see your hand make contact with it, but you don't feel your hand make contact with it, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And now that you've seen that, I think you would start making sense that you can see that there's this torrential downpour, but you don't feel any of the rain touching your skin. You don't feel wind. You don't feel any of this stuff. It's like you can't hear anything either. And
Okay.
yeah.
So I'm obviously incorporeal. I'm gonna try, since obviously I don't obey the laws of physics here, to see if I can float up towards the stone palace if I'm a ghost of some kind.
Please give me an intelligence check, I think would be the satisfactory roll. Just
Sure.
a straight
That's
up
just
and
a
down. Yeah.
That's just a straight roll for me.
Mhm.
So 5.
Okay. You remain grounded. Although if you close your eyes, you can't really tell the difference, I think.
That's fair.
And so as you run through each one of these thoughts, you also realize that like Delness is seeing every single one of your thoughts as well. I think like the predominant thing here is like there's a large part of you that's not really a part of you. It's just Delness in your mind that is like paralyzed by fear right now.
Yeah.
So you bang on this door, but not really bang on this door. You try to float, but can't float, and are just standing without feeling the ground beneath you in the middle of this garden. Would you like me to describe the garden further?
Well, is there any, like, maybe sand in the garden or anything that, like, connects to where I was?
I'm still a little bit hungry.
Good goes for some more. To connect you to where you were. Would there be sand? I think that there would be one place where there was sand. There's a lot of bushes, there's lots of beautiful flowers. They seem to be really taking in all this water and loving it. Looking around, you see that there's almost like a reflecting pool in the center of the garden. It's triangular, and it has a small snake statue in it, of course. And in the like bottom of that, it's not like lined with stones. It's just like a very natural looking pool that it has some sand and silt at the bottom of it.
Okay, can I head over there?
Yeah, absolutely. You walk over there.
And I'm also curious if I have a reflection.
Oh, yeah, you would have a reflection. You would see yourself reflected. You look very washed out, I think is the best way to describe you. Yeah. You look very, just washed out. I don't think there's anything of particular note besides this. So you want to grab sand?
Yeah.
Okay.
If I can.
You reach out and grab sand. You don't feel yourself grab sand, but you do visually make the connection. I've grabbed sand. Yes. It's like,
can I eat it? Okay, here's my reasoning, okay? I ate sand to get me into this vision. Perhaps eating sand will get me out of it.
And it turns into a sandwich.
Then you're going into Inception.
Okay. You reach out. So to go through your course of events here, I just want to make absolute certain. You realize you're here, realize Delness is in your head, tried to knock on the door, couldn't knock on the door, tried to float, couldn't float, and now you're going to eat sand and try to leave?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Just those 3 things. Perfect course of events. You solved my puzzle.
I literally don't know what you want me to do here.
No, it's chill.
Create a
Sandcastle.
Are you sure there's nothing else you want to do?
I don't know.
Calm. You put sand in your mouth. You don't feel the sand go in your mouth. You just must have confidence that sand is going in your mouth. You hear Delness in your head say, what are you doing? And then you feel Delness leave. She's not in your head anymore for probably like 5 or 10 seconds. You don't, this sensation, like touch doesn't come back to you or anything, but you do blink and find yourself lying on the ground, face in the sand, back in the Ascendant's chamber.
Okay.
And
Am
there is
I still...
a disgusting, have you ever had just like straight citric acid?
No.
Ugh.
No.
Ew.
Like
Yes.
when you eat a really sour candy, Sarah?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's like you ate like a shit ton of really sour candies, and your mouth is just stinging, and has this almost citrusy taste to it.
That's why you don't eat
Mhm.
sand.
That's why you don't eat sand. But you're back in Nesca's chamber.
That actually worked. Cool.
Yeah.
Smart thinking. I wouldn't have thought of
I
that.
am going to like look around. Like, am I still me? Is Delna still here? Is the snake awake, asleep?
You look around. You see Delnus next to you, also lying face first in sand. It's almost like both of you just collapsed, or I guess you actually saw her collapse immediately, right? And she's conscious. She seems to regain consciousness a couple seconds before you, and looks like she has like sand stuck to tears on her face. Your arm is back.
Good.
Feels perfectly normal again, same as it always does, slightly warm like a sunburn. And you feel this shifting of the sand and hear a voice in your head say, "Did you see her?
No, I looked where she was, but she wasn't there. What just happened?
You should have been brought before the eyes of the goddess."
I was just in a garden, and I didn't have my arm, and she was in my body.
Let me write a note.
Oh boy. Okay.
Mira.
Hi, I'm Mira Marchand.
You hear nothing, and then you see the sand. All right, did you stand up at this point? Have you stood up?
I think I've like at least sat up.
Yeah, Delnus will reach out for you, like her hands are trembling, like to grab onto you, and
I'm gonna put my arm around her.
okay,
Both as like a "hey, it's okay, I'm here" thing, and like a "oh, hey, you're here.
okay.
Good for me"
She
kind of
seems
thing.
to be like shaking and like gripping at like pulling at your clothes.
Mhm.
You in front of you in the sand, it rumbles or shakes, and you see the partially submerged head of Nesca kind of rise up from the sand. She's not fully emerged, but you can see like one of her eyes, I think, and some of her mouth and the side of her head. And she will say, "You did not go before the goddess."
No, I didn't see anybody. I couldn't even interact with anything. Like, I tried to knock on a door and my hand just didn't touch it.
Interesting.
Is that bad? Like, did I do something wrong? Because you kind of just told me to eat the sand. I didn't know if I was supposed to do anything else.
No, you did everything perfectly.
Okay.
How are you
What is that?
feeling?
Like there's sand in my mouth?
God damn it, Sarah. The eye, Nesca's eye that you can see closes, and more shaking, you can see her giant body underneath the sand is just like writhing almost like to cover herself with sand again. You can feel like you're just sitting in the sand and you feel like you're sinking in slightly. That doesn't seem to be her intention, to make that very clear. She doesn't seem to be trying to cover you with sand. She just seems to be covering herself and you're in the sand. And then you feel something moving beneath you, like skim against your legs, and a small urn is pushed up out of the sand. It resembles the one you have under your bed right now, Mira, though it's not exactly the same. It has a small figure carved upon it, but it's like slightly different. The head is like, I think it would be a bit taller. Like the other one was like more wide. This one is definitely taller and longer, but similar design motif. And you will hear Nesca in your head say again, "Now, if you're feeling strong enough to walk out of here on your own, take this urn, bring it somewhere safe, and return to me without that weak thing the next time you come."
Well, I mean, are you then gonna explain all of the stuff that you were talking about to me? Because
We will try.
that was all.
We will try to teach you the sight once more.
I
don't know where you went. You should have gone before the goddess.
Oh, well, okay, maybe it had something to do with the Empress? Something she did?
Meddling? Yes, it seems
maybe?
likely. It seems very likely.
Okay.
Do you have anything of hers?
Her arm? But I'm kind of attached to that.
You
Literally?
say that? You're gonna tell her that?
I'm gonna tell her that.
Okay.
Would you like me to lend you a hand?
Bites
stop.
it.
Winsler appears from the sand, like on the other
Crunch.
side.
Goodbye, arm.
You should have given it to Salty before anything.
Flipping through some books. This is bad news. This is not good news, y'all.
Extremely bad news.
I would love as Winsler becomes more of a criminal by taking Mira's arm and then
No,
disappearing into another dimension.
he won't do that.
Yes.
Salty, give me my soul back and I'll give you Mira's arm.
Does a 16 hit you, Mira?
A 16 definitely hits me.
Ooh.
Ouch.
Oh boy. Okay. Yep.
Luke
I
has
closed
gone
the
mad with
book.
power.
I closed the book because for some reason I thought that wasn't enough.
No, my AC is 13.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
I can absolutely make a Constitution saving throw. 16 plus 2. 18.
The sand doubles in your stomach, and now you just have more sand.
Oh shit. Should have known this would happen.
Sand, our greatest rival.
Holy shit.
Oh no. Oh, what have I done? Okay. Whatever it is, as long as it's
Sorry, let me
interesting.
just roll. Oh no.
Oh boy. Okay.
Mira, what's
Oh,
your max
no.
HP?
36.
Oh no.
Hey, Sarah, can you make a new
This will be a
character
recovery
by our next
mission. It's not
recording
a-
session?
Okay.
Oh, no.
Okay. It's not the end of the world. You got what was your Constitution save?
18.
Okay.
My Constitution save was
okay,
18. I have 36 hit points.
Okay. I need you to take 34 points of damage
What the fuck?
as soon as Nesca asks you this question and you respond with, I just remembered that Delnus is holding on to you as well. Okay. So Nesca asks you this question. Do you have anything of hers? And you go, my arm. And then before you can even take a breath, the sand in front of you is just thrown into the air as you see Nesca's immense bed-sized head just strike out and for quite a lot of physical harm to you, separate your arm from you. I would say further up from where it had previously been. Like previously it was like above the elbow. I think we're looking at a shoulder situation now.
Oh my god.
She didn't even say which arm.
It's
That's
the
true.
wrong arm.
I didn't say which arm. Oh no.
Is this something you want to roll for?
I guess.
Is that something you're willing
guess.
to? Okay.
Yeah, okay, I'll roll for it.
Sacrifice
roll.
your regular arm.
Odds is, what do you want? Odds or evens?
Odds.
Odds is the right arm?
Sure.
Like the correct arm?
Yeah, no, I realize that's a very ambiguous situation.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine by
Odds
me.
is the correct arm.
Okay, D4?
Anything.
Okay, I'm holding a D4,
Do
so
a
I guess
D4.
it's gonna be that.
Oh no. It's an even number.
I rolled a 2.
You won't have two arms for long.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
All right,
I'm
fuck.
so sorry I even said anything.
This has gone off the rails.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
So Mira, you're very, very quickly, you realize that your right arm is now gone, is away. You're in immense pain. You feel like a throbbing. You feel a lot. Delnus, who was holding on to you just a moment ago, we'll say Delnus is okay because this is already a lot. If it was your other arm, I think I would be a bit more fine with having some fun, but this is a lot
boy.
already. You very quickly are missing your right arm, and you see Nesca eat your arm,
Holy shit!
and then she will say, "That problem is solved now." Then, and Mira Delnus is literally shaking and like bawling and just holding on to you, and is like reaching out with her hands to like push on your arm so that you stop bleeding.
Jesus
Does
Christ.
she have any healing spells?
Delnus
Well,
has
she's a
healing magic.
necromancer.
Let me find Delnus's character card, which I have.
I know she has false life and acid splash.
Well,
and
Let
that's-
me
I
reanimate.
was
What?
Because like I know Philip has healing spells, and I'm just wondering if the other NPCs do as well.
Okay. So Nesca, gobbles your arm.
To put it lightly.
Delnus, who is like reaching out and just pressing onto your arm, you see her like mouthing words very quietly, and like you know when people cry so much that they're like having trouble breathing.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I'm just like like that, like not a very wonderful cry right now. And she'll use a wonderful spell called Life Transference,
Oh,
which won't immediately fix everything, but
it gives you her arm.
Which
That's
arm?
romantic.
It's the other arm.
So, Mira, I guess just your arm. I don't know to what extent does magic just fix things.
I
honestly?
always envision a healing spell, like, I don't know, I always imagine, like, the flesh regrowing, basically.
Okay.
In the kind of grotesque way.
All right, your arm doesn't grow back.
No,
Straight
no.
up.
But, like, a wound.
Over, like it's almost like flesh
Super
stitching its-
macrophages and neutrophils, just healing it, clotting.
the like skin like knits together over your just under your like your shoulder, like the probably a couple inches of your like upper right arm remains, and it just like the skin knits together over it, as you see Delnus like a lot of vigor drain out of her, and she looks now very much on the edge of falling unconscious as well. But you're healed, Mira, for 16 hit points.
Okay.
And
So I'm at half right now.
okay, cool. Nesca will then now like almost half emerged, like her holding her head up above the sand, will then say, "As I was saying, go
What the fuck?
and take this urn and put it somewhere safe. We'll try again now that no remnants of that woman remain with you."
You did. Oh my god. Oh my god. I need to get out of here. Oh my god. Oh my god. What the fuck? What the fuck? I think Mira is kind of like struggling to get to her feet. And I don't even think she's like focusing on the urn.
Okay.
I think she's just kind of grabbing at Delnus with her other hand and like
Okay.
trying to run away.
Okay. Her legs are like shaking, and she's just having trouble standing up. She's again just gripping onto your clothes at this point, like sand and tears on her face, and you can like hear her whimpering almost of like, "I thought you were gonna die." And you're just gonna pull. How are you getting out of here? You're like 15. You have to rise up 15 feet out of this pit
Yeah.
to get back to the sewers.
Can I? No, that won't work. I was gonna say lift us up with mage hand, but
No, that's like 10
don't-
pounds
it-
max,
yeah.
unfortunately.
Okay. Let's see here. What spells do I have that might work? Like, is there anywhere like a staircase or a ladder or
Mm-mm.
anything climbable?
Mm-mm.
Okay, I guess I will.
Do you want to ask Nesca for help?
No.
Oh my god.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna look up and I'm gonna be like, okay, we have to get out. We have to lift each other up. If one of us can stand on the other person's shoulder, and then they can lift up the other person. Oh my god. Okay. Can you do it or can I do it? But then I can't really lift you up, so I guess I should get up first, and then maybe I can pull you up. Maybe.
Okay. You You go first. And I guess she'll kneel down so you can step on her shoulders and try to pull yourself
Yeah.
up. Okay.
I guess then if I get up, I can like reach down and she can at least like grab onto my robe and we can kind of
just give me an athletics check. Very simple. Very simple. I'm sure both of you will do great.
My athletics isn't bad. Okay, 12 plus 4, so 16.
Okay. The two of you combined, she puts you on her shoulders and then like helps you jump up, and then you can turn around and she's just standing there, and you reach for her and you feel your arm stretch just the faintest.
Yes.
Not very extremely, but just a little bit, and you can pull her up. And the two of you are safe on your way out of the sewers. Nesca seems to not
all
mind.
Is well.
You do hear as you exit the chamber, in your head, I will keep it safe here for you then. Return soon.
I'm just running. Like with Domus.
All right. Anyways, back at the hatch. Back to the casual stuff.
I want to find out about Digger. I want to find out about her net.
But hi everyone. Hate to interrupt this episode of the podcast for you, but we just wanted to let you know that we're going to be doing another mailbag.
Whoa, mailbag!
What's
so
mailbag?
Cool.
What is
I don't
a
know if we're calling it a
mailbag?
mailbag because it's not just any mail, it's Q&As.
Oh my gosh, Sarah, I used to be on Luke's side, but I'm on your side now because that makes so much sense.
Down with mailbag.
Anyways, I'm legally obligated to call it a mail or a question and answer episode for clarity, but we're doing another one this coming time, and we're opening up the questions today when this episode comes out, September 2nd, 2020, and they'll be open until September 15th, 2020.
But where can people ask questions?
Oh, great question, Sarah. Why don't you fill them in, Ben?
You can submit your questions on our social media pages.
Yes.
Correct?
Yeah, Instagram and Twitter at Trials
We'll
and
make
Trebs.
specific
yes.
posts and you can comment your questions. Or additionally, we are going to open a special question channel on our Discord server. You can find the link to our Discord server if you scroll down on our social medias, but I'll add the link in the most recent post just to keep it up to date. So you can comment on our social media, or you can send us a question in the question channel on our server.
Yeah, and also if you're a patron and just never got a notification about it, there's a special thread on our Patreon for patrons to ask questions on. And I hope all of you exercise the right to do so because, heck, you're supporting us that way, and we want to answer questions. But we're not just going to answer those questions. We're going to answer any dang question you send us that's relevant to the podcast, mostly, or just us, maybe. I don't know. We'll choose a good questions. Don't worry.
We will choose
head
a good
off.
questions.
We'll choose a
And
good
remember,
question.
it's specific to the podcast. We can't help you cheat on your math test.
Anyways, I hope you continue enjoying this not traumatizing episode you're totally listening to.
It might not be traumatizing.
Enjoy.
We haven't recorded it yet. It could be really chill.
No, sir. It's
No,
the
this
one
is happening
where,
in real time.
Yeah, duh. This is really traumatizing. Good luck, guys.
Cue the screaming in pain.
And love, keep bleeding.
Don't keep bleeding.
Oh my God.
Wait.
Ah!
Carla, we can't tell them to keep bleeding.
So, in the sunken hatch, Integrity, Sereneth, and Winsler, you're all here. Artis is here. Teb is here. You've just given him back his orb. He was just like, that's Fidan's net. To which everyone went, what? And then we cut away. Also, Angelica and Alina are here, right? You're in Teb's house midway down, blah, 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 right? So, Teb will get in. What? No, Teb's already, what? Artis will, like, kneel down and kind of get closer to Teb. Winsler and Integrity, you're standing closer here. And if I recall, Serenep, you're still close, but standing a bit further away with Alina and Angelica, because you don't know what the fuck's going on here either, right?
Yeah, I'm not as in depth. Like I heard stories. I don't have any experience with this, so I'm just kind of letting them have a moment, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, do their thing. Okay. you can like kind of see the beginnings of tears in Artis's eyes. And
and then Integrity says, I'm not giving the net back. It's mine now.
You traded it, nerd. And Teb will say, what's Teb's voice?
Hi, I'm Tab.
Hi, I'm Tab.
I found it
in a there was a rundown village. I found it. It was at the bottom of a well. And he'll like you know when you close your eyes because your like head is throbbing when you have a headache. He does that reaction. He closes his one eye, almost like he's having a very painful headache. As he's gripping onto this orb. I think, give me perception checks. Yes.
I got a 5.
I rolled a 17.
Okay.
I got a
5 and a
22.
17 and a 22. Okay. Sarah.
Oh man,
Wait,
this
we're
wall is
re-rolling?
sick.
Yeah, you're re-rolling.
Oh, okay.
That was different, Carla.
15. I got a 15.
All right. So, Winsler, you and Integrity notice, but Serenep, character and roles here fitting together, you're very much like, let them have their moment. They'll do their thing, right? You, Winsler, and Integrity notice, like, it's almost like Teb's hands are, like, gripping stronger and stronger onto the orb, right? Like, if you've ever seen someone, like, grab a wire that's has like an electrical current running through it, they just like grip it and don't let go, right? It's almost that's like very similar. It's similar to what is happening with his hands right now, of like he's just gripping onto this orb with both of his hands, this 4-inch diameter green orb, and you can just see his little claws grow like more, like you can just see him grip it stronger and stronger and stronger as he like closes his eye. And then when he opens it again, he'll open his mouth as if to continue telling this story about how he found the net. And then you'll just see, all of you will see his eye just begins to roll back in his head. And he will just be unconscious. And at this point, Artis, looking incredibly concerned, will turn to you both standing right there, or I guess answering up and say, bring those two back to their room, and then meet me at not my office. My office isn't safe. Go to the concourse. Tell them that you want to come to my home. Tell them that you're allowed to come to my home. If they don't let you in, just be very urgent about it, and meet me at my home.
It's like a secret password.
I'll bring. There's no password.
Just like go to other houses. like oh, we have to go to the first house.
There will be
Is
an
there a
attendant.
word?
There will
Do
be
you at
an
least have a
attendant.
doorbell?
There will be an attendant there. This is serious.
Okay.
There will be an attendant there.
Artis,
What?
what about Mira? Should we bring her
Go.
back too?
Go find her, and then meet me. Yes.
Okay.
And he will scoop up Teb and pick him up. Teb is
Scoop.
just like limp.
Oh,
And
like a biscuit.
limp like a biscuit.
No.
And Angelica, Alina, I don't feel like would have a very strong reaction. She's kind of just like been running with this and been terrified for a couple days now, it seems. But Angelica would turn to you, Serenept, and say, "Oh, what's going on? Like, what's wrong with him?"
So all I really understand is that
what's with the crystal?
the crystals are important, and if someone is in physical contact with them too long, like, and I kind of gestured to Teb, like he was, then being away from it for too long can have negative effects. I think him getting it back is kind of like put him into shock, but he should be okay.
Oh.
But we got to get you guys back.
Okay.
And I turned to the two. I'm like, we got to get you guys back to your dorms. Thank you for coming with us, but we can take it from here.
Alina nods very enthusiastically and says, "Yes, please, please." Right? And Angelica does not look quite as pleased to go along with this, and will will instead say something along the lines of, well, we might as well just all stick together anyways, right? Since we're not supposed to be like outside of our dorms and everyone will be, at the underbows like service thing, right? We should probably just all stay together instead of sneaking around off in little individual groups, right?
I'm gonna put my shoulder, and I'm gonna say, I understand.
Yes.
That, but this could be more than what you think it is. It could be more than you're bargaining for. I will gossip with you after everything's sorted out, because if we get caught during this, it may lead to far worse punishments, and I don't think status is going to, keep us safe. And I'm asking you as a friend.
I think that when you start to talk, she seems like she has her mouth open and her finger up like she's going to be like, actually, but let me come. But then when you be like, I'm going to tell you all about it later, she visually concedes and will say, okay, yeah, we can just go back to like my room, right, Alina? And Alina go, yes, please.
Why do I feel like this
I know
is a
for a
bad
fact.
idea?
I know. For
You
a
said
fact
that far
they are
better
going
than
to
I
burn
could
something
have.
else down. I know for a fact. If something else catches on fire, I blame them.
They're gonna do something far worse, I guarantee that.
All right. So Artis is gone already. He's rushing back up the stairs. You can follow quickly behind him. He is already gone from the kitchen when you arrive, I think. And you enter and see Yogg is still here, this newly birthed golem. And they seem to have gone through all of the spices and dumped out all of the spices onto the ground, Winsler.
Oh my
They
lord.
seem to have gone into a couple of like the storage crates and found anything that has like a jar or some sort of glass vessel and just emptied it to get the glass vessel. And now you can see them in the far, and like a large fire is like on, like there's like a place for the cook fires here in the kitchen, right? And there's just a far too large fire being started right there while Yogg is not attending to it. They're in like the other room, like the pantry on the far end of the room that you can see.
Oh my lord.
And you can see them like grabbing, I think as you walk out, they do it. They could probably make like 2 or 3 trips by the time you manage to like take in the entire scene of Yogg just seems to be carrying out bottle after bottle of milk from this pantry.
Oh my god.
And pouring it into this very large pot suspended over the cook fire.
Winsler.
Jesus Christ. I need all of you to
Oh,
make
no.
perception checks for me again.
What the
Sorry to
fuck?
keep
You
doing
really
this.
like this perception
I'm
check.
sorry, it's a good skill.
16.
Nat 20.
11.
Integrity. You hear a voice from above, almost the same way that sometimes you can hear the people above you if they're really loud in your dorm. It sounds very similar to that of like you hear a hoarse old voice but very loud for some reason say, well, I guess it's not quite loud. It's loud, but it's muffled because it's through a layer of stone.
Stone.
But you hear this voice say, thank you, Mr. Billiam Way, for such a wonderful speech. Now moving on to just some final notes. And it seems like they're wrapping up the service upstairs.
Oh boy.
And if you listen for a few moments more, Integrity, you hear some very choice words about fire in the enchantment building, no concern. We think the golems
Oh yeah,
did it.
because the
Oh my
whole
gosh.
thing there.
Meanwhile, Serenup, you don't hear this, or you might, but it's not the center of your concern. You instead are kind of like focused on, you hear this really intense whispering coming from that pantry that Yogg keeps going into and out of with the milk. And like, as you're like, what is that sound, right? And you stop for a second, you just hear very faintly from across the room, burn it, 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 burn it.
I'm gonna start walking over there.
Okay, yeah, you can walk over there. As you approach, it gets louder and louder and louder. and you eventually get in Yog's way, and they will say, "Excuse me, friend of creator, I must fetch milk."
Why do you need so much milk?
I have been tasked with creating yogurt.
This guy's gonna be the
Please.
Cool. I'm gonna
This
step to the
robot is going to
side
be the
and let
death of
him
us.
kind of.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna
let
step
them-
to the side and let him continue it. As he leaves, I'm gonna go into the room where the whispering
Okay.
of burn it is happening.
Okay, you enter in. It's this very cold little room. It's a cold room, and there's just a bunch of shelves that have some milk. There are some other dumped out foods here on the ground that their glass vessels have been stolen. And you just hear it like this whispering as if someone's like standing literally in the corner here, just whispering, "Burn it, burn it, burn it, burn it, burn it, burn it," right? But you don't see anyone in here.
I'm gonna say out loud, "What are you trying to burn?"
The burnets continue
I'm gonna
with
go over
with
to the
more
corner.
fervor. When you add in the word, when you say the word burn, it's almost like a chorus of whispers come back at you and say, "Burn."
Okay.
But yeah, you don't get a response other than that, my
Ghosts.
friend. Oh, actually. I
Oh,
think one
no.
thing does happen as you like maybe open your mouth of like to say something after that because you weren't addressed. Oh, maybe they didn't hear me. I think would you like open your mouth to say something else maybe? Perchance, potentially.
I would.
Or
I think
just-
I would be moving closer to the corner, and I'm gonna be like, "Excuse me."
Okay. When you open your mouth and say, excuse me, you hear uttered from your own mouth, "Burn it."
What the?
I cover
And it
my-
kind of just
I
Okay,
cover my,
you cover
my
your-
mouth with my hand, and I
Okay.
kind of stand there, and I take my hand off, and I try and say something again.
You can
I-
speak, but while the entire time you're speaking, there's whispers of "burn it, burn it, burn it," coming out as well.
I'm gonna calmly leave the cold room, go back to my friend,
Okay.
and I'm gonna say, "I think I'm possessed.
Oh my gosh.
I found ghosts, and now the ghosts are in me. I don't know."
An important note, integrity. You don't hear any of that. You see Serenep go off to that room. You can hear what's happening upstairs clear as day, or not clear as day. It's a bit muffled, but fairly clearly. You do not hear any whispering whatsoever. You just hear
I
Yogg.
do not.
You
I
do
do
not.
not
You
hear
do
it.
not
Like
hear.
when I left the cold room, is it following me?
No, it seems to have stayed in the cold room.
Okay, good. So I'm
yeah,
not
once
possessed.
you leave and you start talking, no more whispers are coming out of your mouth. You're cool. On the door, by the way, the door into that cold room is the label, a wooden carved label that says pantry, just as a note. Meanwhile, or anyways, I guess what all y'all want to do? Winsler, you don't hear none of that. You just are focused on your golem wreaking havoc on the kitchens.
I'm gonna try and stop them.
Okay.
Like,
What are you going to do?
I'm gonna run up to them.
Okay, they're just like crunching the top of these glass bottles. Glass is like falling into the
my
milk,
God.
and they're just like dumping milk into this large, almost like a really big stock pot, and they're just dumping it in over this really big fire. You run up to them, Winsler, and they will turn to you and say, "I have assembled all proper ingredients," and then they will gesture with their hand to the counter where there must be 200 some different glass jars, the spice jars, different preserves that have been emptied out, and will say, "These will be the yogurt containers."
What are you doing? Why is there
I am-
fire?
making yogurt.
I am creating the yogurt as per the recipe, and they hold up this perfect, untarnished little piece of paper that you gave them, Winslow.
Okay, well, first of all, I don't think this is how you make yogurt. Second of
Yogg
all,
will
forget the
turn and
yogurt
look-
for
Yogg
a
will
minute.
turn and look at the recipe and say, "Step 1, heat milk. Creator, it says it here.
Well,
Please read."
there's a difference between heating and lighting a fire. Put the fire out, please.
It begins to, it picks up the pot and moves it very carefully, puts it on the ground, and will proceed to put out the fire following its creator's instructions. It will then say, "Is there another place you would prefer me to make the yogurt?"
How about don't bother with the yogurt for now? How
Very
about
well.
How about you come with us,
Very well.
and I just want you to follow us and not cause any trouble.
Very well.
Cause oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to teach you some manners.
Very well.
Oh my gosh, you can take those manners classes with me.
All right.
I'm gonna hold their cold golem hand.
Yes, milk-covered hands.
Yes. And I'm going to just have them follow with me holding their hand.
And so the large group of you leave? Sereneth just came over and was like, I'm possessed, and now y'all are just leaving?
I'm
Oh, okay.
I'm
I'm a ghost.
gonna bring up like what are we gonna do about the arsonist in the pantry?
You'll recall, Sereneth, just last night, you were included on a pebble that said to meet here tomorrow. Tomorrow now being in the present tense. So not today in this time, but tomorrow day. And to meet there for, to meet someone.
So until we meet there,
The
then
closet's just gonna be whispering.
there's just gonna be a bunch of whispering that says burn it. That seems kind of
Winsler, when
suspicious, don't
Sereneth
you
points
think?
this out, you can very clearly hear quiet whispering coming from the closet.
I think I know what the pebble wants us to do.
Maybe
at
we
least.
should come back to that some other time.
Yeah, maybe. That's probably a good idea.
I
Yeah.
think enough damage has been caused in here for one day, and that's coming from me.
I mean, maybe Yogg took care of the pebble thing for us.
I-
We don't know.
I kind of want to teach them how to some restraint, I guess.
All right.
Like a cooking class?
All right.
Like,
So, what do we do from here, kitchen folks? You've been tasked with A, find Mira, B, bring Angelica and Alina back to their rooms, C, get to the concourse and go to Artis's house.
Well, I mean, we can split up.
Okay.
Have, like, group 1 goes to find Mira.
Mhm.
Group 2 returns everyone back to the dorms.
Okay.
And then we can all, like, meet up again.
Okay. Further fracturing the party. Let's do that part. Okay, cool.
yes, everything is better in thirds.
So who's doing what?
Who wants to go look for Mira? Does anyone know where Mira might have gone? Like,
I have no clue.
who has a better structure?
Didn't
of
we
how
all
the
say-
castle works?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
we
we
all
all
devised
like-
the plan.
That was in
Integrity-
character.
Integrity in character gave you directions. I think quietly or not so quietly, or just pointed you in the direction and said, "Go that way."
Yeah.
Yeah, Mira definitely said in front of the group that she was
Yes,
going into the sewers.
You all know where Mira went to go.
Yes.
Integrity specifically.
Well,
So.
I know where Mira went, but there's something out there to kill me.
Like, how everything's been going so far, or is this a new threat?
Well, I met a snake down there, and they were offering me something, and I ran away from it, made it angry, and now it wants to kill me.
Okay, so maybe you don't go into the sewer in that case.
I can give you instructions on how to get there,
That'd be wonderful. I've only
And-
gone down there once, so.
and I can bring them to their rooms if that's what you want. That's something we can do.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't feel comfortable. I mean, it's your choice. I personally wouldn't feel comfortable if you went back into the sewers where something is trying to kill you. I guess, Winsler, did you have any particular group you wanted to go with, or?
I mean, whichever group I go with, I'm gonna have to keep an eye on.
You gesture with your head up to Yogg. Yeah. For those of you listening, Ben did a very funny head gesture.
I'm just gonna
true.
nudge my head in Yogg's direction.
Yes.
Are you going
Okay,
to
in
have to
that
spell
case,
everything
maybe-
now? It's like,
Maybe bringing Yogg
This is-
into
this
the
is my metal
sewers
child.
might not be great.
I can bring them back to their rooms.
Okay.
Or do you like
So,
I'll go look for Mira.
no. You don't go into the sewers.
So you want me to go bring them to their rooms?
Yes, I'm just trying to figure out where Winsler wants to go because he also has to take care of a golem
Everyone's
as well.
babysitting.
I don't know.
Everyone
Everyone's
has to
babysitting.
babysit.
Okay. Okay.
Who's going where? Everyone, please tell me right now.
I'm
I
going
will
to
s-
bring people
I'm
to
gonna go look-
rooms.
Integrity's
I'm gonna
going
look
to the
from here. I
rooms.
think-
Serenep's going to the sewers. Winsler Wallaby. Are you gonna bring your friend, the golem, with you to the sewers?
Yes.
Into the sewers.
To the sewers we
Okay.
go.
So Serenep, Winsler,
Yay.
and Yogg head to the sewers. Alina, Angelica, and Integrity go back to their dormitories to be returned home.
Let's all just meet up at the concourse when you find Mira and once I bring them back.
Yep.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay.
Sounds perfect.
Stay
Okay.
safe. And that was the last time
Everyone
Integrity saw
each
her
other.
friends.
Winsler and Serenep. You
And Yogg.
And Yogg, of course.
Oh, yeah.
But
Can't forget that.
No one's playing Yogg here, other than me, which I guess is someone playing Yogg. You both make your way down the path that you saw Mira go down originally when you had split up, and down a ladder and find yourselves in the sewers. I think when you arrive there, you hear a mighty scream that you might be able to recognize as your friend.
Oh no.
And then you hear some more screaming that seems to be unintelligible coming from a very specific direction, which puts you on the case very easily, I would say.
Run that direction and get Ray of Frost prepared in case I have to shoot somebody.
Follow the screaming.
Okay.
All the screaming.
You follow the screaming. You go through the sewer. You recognize where you're going in the sewer, but it seems to be destroyed. In like the metal railings seem to be bent out of place. And as you approach closer and closer to where you think the screaming was coming from, getting closer to where you had originally fought that Oblex all those weeks ago, you see hobbling or walking towards you, like leaning on each other, or maybe not. Mira, you tell me what's happening here. You're the action hero here.
No, that's I have my other arm like that is working basically around Delness, like keeping her steady as I'm also in immense pain, hobbling toward the exit.
Okay. Serenep, you and Winsler see your friend covered in blood. Their arm is missing. Delness is there and is like, they're both leaning on each other, walking towards you in the sewers. Yogg, Winsler. Yogg immediately stops where they stand and go, "Halt!"
What do you mean, halt?
Not you, creator.
They're friends.
Oh,
They are friends.
okay. They are
Remember?
friends.
I thought you were introduced to them.
Nope. Yogg never got introduced to Mira. He was already in the kitchen. Anyways.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run over.
Okay, you run over. You see
I'm
the
gonna run
full
over,
extent
yeah.
of what has happened. Mira is missing an arm.
Oh my
Mira,
God.
Mira, are you
Winsler!
okay?
Oh my god, Winsler,
What
Serenep!
happened?
We need to get Delness is really hurt. I'm really hurt. We need to get everybody safe. We need to get out of here right now.
Okay.
I read you loud and clear.
Okay. Who's
I'm
this?
in-
You know what? I don't care right now. Let's go.
I'm going to
Who looks the most injured? Like who looks like they're struggling to?
Your Delness's legs are shaking and she seems to be having troubles walking. Conversely, Mira's missing an arm. So you do
Right,
the mental
okay.
math, dude.
Hey Yogg, how strong are you?
I have not tested such things.
Do you think you could carry two people?
Yes.
Can you
There you
can
go.
you carry my friends?
Yogg will
They're
pick-
gravely injured.
Yogg will walk over to you, Mira, and place an arm under your shoulder
I'll let them pick us up.
and pick you. Yeah, you guys get picked up in some way. Audience members of the podcast, please imagine your own discreet
Please
ways
draw.
that
Please
Yogg
draw
would
this.
pick Mira and
Under
Delness
your
up.
arms.
Your
arms.
hand on my shoulder.
One in each arm.
I'm imagining how a parent would pick up their toddler.
Like a mother holding little baby twins.
Exactly.
Hello, child.
All right, where are we going, creator?
We need to get out of here. We need to go to
Back
concourse.
to the surgery.
That's where we were told to go.
Okay, that's where Delness lives. We can get Delness home. Oh my god.
Let us get there with all
As
haste.
we're moving, I think we
Okay,
should
yes, let's
probably
hurry,
start
please. There's a
healing
snake.
people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, snake.
Y'all
right.
can do that. Y'all can do that.
Flee!
Yeah.
Is it following us or are we safe?
It's not-
like.
Oh. You, Mira, or it's not Mira, and you, Winsler, and Serenepth, you feel as if you're being watched right now. I think that very overtly you feel like you're being watched.
Is everyone safe and walking and everything like? away
Everyone's
from the-
safe and walking. You don't hear anyone coming up behind you. You just feel when you're standing around this area for a little bit, you feel very watched. But as you go to leave and eventually leave the sewers, that feeling fades. But it was very unsettling, almost like you were prey. I think is the best way to describe it.
Once we don't
Which is
feel
not a very
watched
fun
anymore,
feeling for
I'm
anybody.
gonna give it the middle
Mhm.
finger, then like close the door to the sewers or something.
Queen.
Okay. And you all make your way to the concourse. Integrity Idleberry, level 60, feeling rogue. You
Hey,
are
that's me.
bringing Alina and
Angelica.
back to their rooms, correct?
Yes.
While you're walking in the tunnels, I think probably Angelica, definitively Angelica, would say to you, so what's the deal with those, like, little crystals? Serenep said that they were, like, if you held it for too long, they were important, and if you held it for too long, you got really sick. What's the deal with that?
Well, right now I don't know what I can or can't tell you. To be honest, I do not know the extent of their powers too. So I can't really say much. I'm so sorry.
But there's more than one of them, right?
Maybe?
Please make a deception check for me, Integrity Idleberry, level 60 Fling Rogue.
23.
Okay. Angelica will say, okay. So you guys really don't know that much about them either. Okay.
Believe me, I wish I did.
And so you have this conversation as you exit from this little secret tunnel, Integrity, you leading the way, and out from the fountain passageway that you had gone in, right? The one that led like almost directly to the dorms.
Yes.
And as you exit here, you very quickly, I think, find yourself in a mildly crowded place as people are just lingering about in the courtyard here outside of the dorms. And you get a couple very weird stares of just like, why is someone crawling out of the floor? And Angelica and Alina will follow you. You see a lot of just students out, which is not right. They should be in their dorms, Integrity. Why are they out? Well, obviously they were out at the service, but they should have gone back already, right? So you're just gonna fast go back to drop them off, or are you just gonna leave them here and ditch and run? What do you want to do?
Do I see anyone familiar here or just...
Yeah, you would see familiar people. Who do you want to see? I think most people would be here.
Well, the closest familiar face is like, so, what do you think of that service, huh? Why are we all still here?
Just anyone?
The closest friend or the closest familiar
friend.
face.
You tell me who that is.
It's Bailey.
Let's go with
It's Bailey. Oh, it's Bailey. It's Bailey. It's
Oh,
Bailey. It's Bailey Blue.
You've gotta be fucking kidding me.
The Return of the King. It's always Carla says something. and then
Sam
The
comes
curse of
along.
Carla.
You're standing there waiting for like Alina to crawl out. She's like having a rough time of it. She's also very small and stressed, so cut her some slack. And up struts one Bailey
Yes.
Blue, and he'll say, "Ahem, ahem. Where were you during Headmaster Underbow's honors?"
You were looking for me?
Oh my god.
He flourishes and like with his right hand flourishes a clipboard, and then with his left hand he goes and hits the clipboard and says, "I was in charge of taking attendance. Of course I was looking for you." And you see a very long list, Integrity, that a lot of names are missing from, granted, but yours is very clearly there. He's pointing right at it, and it's absent.
I'm sorry. I brought this upon
Fucking-
us.
This episode just keeps getting worse.
I know. Thank you for agreeing that Bailey is the worst.
This episode needs a really like wholesome name, like the snack episode! Exclamation mark. You know, snakes have a snack. There's snacks in the pantry. It's all chill. It's all fun.
Friendship.
It's all good.
Integrity, what do you say?
Well, I was there, but then things got very hard because Professor Underbow and I had lots of history, you know? Like, we were troublemakers and we were always in trouble with him, but there's a bond there and it was very difficult. But I was there. I was just a different
You just disguised
person.
yourself.
I disguised myself.
Make a deception check with disadvantage.
I was in the Raptors crying.
This is just the
Did
lie
you hear me?
episode.
Oh my gosh, this is not a joke.
With
23
disadvantage?
again.
I have
23. Oh,
disadvantage?
oh my gosh. Okay.
Yes, like many of our students turned into different people to mourn.
Who doesn't do that, right?
14.
Okay. He will write a very quick note to himself on his, like, on a scratch pad that's also on. He pulls out from his robes another, like, notebook and writes a note to himself and will put it away, all the while, like, shaking his head and he'll
Puts
go,
it in a different notebook.
yeah, we'll see about that. We'll see about that. And he'll shake his head and look at you and Angelica and Aline and say, troublemakers, a lot of you.
Wait, you didn't answer my question. Why are we all here? Shouldn't we all be in our rooms?
Well, if you were at Integrity Idleberry, if you were actually at the honoring or the honors ceremony, you would have heard Lord Peter say that campus is open again.
Okay, but if I wasn't there, how would I know that apparently the fire is of no concern and the golems did it? How would I know that if I wasn't there, huh?
Ooh,
He will squint his
so
eyes
smart.
and pull the notebook back out
Ooh.
and scratch out the note and walk away, his tail between his legs. Editor's note, Bailey doesn't actually have a tail, it was an expression.
Bailey's a dragonborn.
So are you just gonna ditch Angelica and Alina here now? They seem to be safe.
Okay, before I leave, I will be like, well, Alina, Angelica, I would bring you back to your rooms, but apparently it's safe enough
Integrity.
out here.
Shut up. Integrity, listen to me. That was so fucking good. That was so good.
Who said that?
Angelica is saying this.
Okay, I would like to do a, how do you say that? Like the one where you bow down and then you have the hand up.
I don't know, you bow with
A
your
cool
hand up.
bow.
A cool bow.
A cool bow.
Like a stage bow.
Mhm.
Yes. Where it's like, thank you very much.
Okay.
Yes, I do that.
Okay, you do that. And then she'll say, we can find our way back from here. Just
Okay.
go do you.
Okay, perfect. Stay safe.
All right.
Bye.
And you run across campus, Integrity Idleberry, and arrive at the concourse and stand there for probably 5-10 minutes before your friends emerge from a nearby like building, and you see Winsler and Saraneth, and you see a Mira who looks horrible. She's missing her arm and is covered in blood. Her robe is all or her. What are you even wearing, Mira? Like you
Probably my robe and day
robe and
clothes.
stuff. Yeah, you see Mira and her clothes are all like the sleeve of her robe is ripped off. Cool, Mira doesn't have.
Well,
an arm.
that's useful. She'll
Yeah.
won't need the sleeve anymore anyway.
Yeah. And
That
Delmas- Yeah.
awkward moment when Mira is an anagram
Oh,
of
shit.
arm without the eye.
No, Mira still has both eyes. Don't
oh
worry.
no.
For now.
For now, until Carla says something.
Always.
And
That's always
Do
it.
you want to go talk to this concourse person so that we can end at a fun place?
Yes.
Yes. I would also wish to be tending to
Oh yeah,
the
should we
wounds
Oh,
let, like,
absolutely,
Delmas
yes.
go
Of the
before
injured.
we-
Yes, absolutely, Winsler.
as best
Just-
as I can. I am not a medical practitioner in any form.
So
but I will do my best.
So are you gonna bring Delnis with you, or is Delnis going home?
Delmas deserves a break.
I think
She's alive. We can ask
As
her.
you all, yes.
I think considering the fact that she also encountered the snake, it's probably best if she came with us.
Yeah.
In
She could rest at Artis's house.
Yeah. So I think the way this scene plays out is you all walk up to this concourse. It's a small booth and then like an archway into the stone, and the attendant standing there will say this exact question, like, now are all of you going to Mr. Artesian's house, or is Miss Wraithrin going to her own house? And you all, yes, say
Yes.
I don't know if you would literally say in front of this other human, oh well, she saw the snake too, so.
Okay.
We've all been
Thank you.
we've all been invited.
But I think Delnis would enthusiastically, as much as she can in this current state, which she is still just crying and hanging limp in Yogg's arms, however you, audience member, are imagining Yogg holding these two, and she'll just be nodding and have tears running down her face. Her face is very red and puffy from crying. She still has sand on her face, all these things and more. And the attendant you see inside twiddle a few knobs and pull a few crystals out of their pockets and activate this fancy old gate. And before you see a small door form in the stone door.
A door formed in the stone door.
There's a door in the stone door. Where once was a large stone archway, there's now just a regular sized wooden door. And they're gonna say, go on in. Should be all working just perfectly fine.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I love it when they don't question what we're doing.
I'm so glad we didn't have to beg them.
Well, campus is
really.
unlocked now. It's all fine.
Oh, that is true.
Yeah, everything's great now,
Uh-huh.
folks. And you go over to the door. You open the door, and all of you enter into a lovely little hole in the ground. Artist lives
What
in
does
a mud
Artis's
hole.
house look like? I want to hear everything.
And you all enter into Artis's home. You open the lovely little wicker front door.
Nice.
Let me
Is
turn to the
everything
page.
black?
Let me turn to the page.
Are there just portraits of himself crying?
Oh. So you walk in, you're in a small little like side room, almost like a mud room almost. There's just a pile of shoes to your right immediately when you walk in. And then it's not like a different room, it's just like off on the side of this main room that there's a bed in that you can see, and then like there's large doors that are open and you can see a porch and a backyard further beyond. It doesn't seem to be like quite the same time as it was in Wildcliff, because in Wildcliff it's like the middle of the day-ish still, and here the sun is like beginning to set. It's probably around 5 p.m., etc. And on the wall, and you can see sitting on some like wicker furniture on the back deck, which is a very funny thing to say. Artis is sitting there with like his head in his hands. You can see an unconscious Teb. And on the wall in front of you, you see a wonderful portrait hanging with a very ornate frame of Artis and some lady.
What does she look like?
And that's where we'll end
No,
this episode.
tell me what she looks like! Tell me what the fuck! I deserve this! I've gone through enough over this past hour or so.
Oh my lord.
What the fuck does she look like?
Hey, Ben, can you do the outro?
Fuck off!
Sure. Thank you, everybody, for listening to this episode of Trials and Trebuchets. If you enjoyed it, please leave a review and a rating on our iTunes. It really helps us out a lot by spreading the word. We also have social media pages at Instagram and Twitter at Trials and Trebs. You can see a bunch of cool fan art there, see a bunch of episode teasers that are upcoming, lots of good stuff. We also have a link to our Discord server as well. You can chat with fellow fans of the podcast and, just have a really old good time with some cool people. And if you're feeling extra generous and you want to help out a little bit more, we have a Patreon page where you can donate however much you would like. It's not mandatory, but we would greatly appreciate it if you did such a thing.
I love the concept that Patreon donation could be mandatory.
You are required.
This is not mandatory.
Thank you everyone for listening. I hope you enjoyed this week. It went way off the rails. Not what I was expecting. Bye. Talk to you next week.
Guys, so much
Don't worry if you're not.
this week. We love you. Bye.
Even if you're not a Patreon, you will still.
Bye.
Bye.
Even if you don't, even if you're not a Patreon, you'll still hear the same jokes. We're not going to censor it.
What?
What?
Wait, are we done?
Thanks everyone for listening to that fantastic episode of Trials and Trebs. I hope you frickin' enjoyed it. We are here at the start of this wonderful new month by the name of September to welcome and thank the new patrons who have donated to us through their immense generosity.
The first one to
Thank you.
I have right here. Jay Marquez. I hope that's how
Thank
your name
you.
is
Thank
pronounced.
you, Jay.
I hope you
Thank you,
don't
Jay.
hold it
Thank
against
you.
me for pronouncing it incorrectly, but thank you, Jay Marquez. We love you.
I want to say thank you to Fran Hancocks. Thank you so much for supporting our show. Thank you so
Fran.
much.
Thank you, Fran.
Thank you, Fran.
Fran, you're a good friend.
Get out. Sarah has to now leave the podcast. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's fair.
Exit stage right.
She literally leaves the bedroom. Where are you going?
Also, we would like to thank you very much to Cutie Candy Catalyst. Again. Okay. Thank you so much to Cutie Candy Cataclysm.
Thank you. Thank you, cutie.
Your name is amazing.
And I want to say a big thank you to Amber Heed, or Heedy. I wasn't sure, so I Googled it before we started, and Google said Heed, but if I'm wrong, I sincerely apologize.
Thou must be wary of
And-
heeding Google's words.
Dang.
I
Thank
swear
you,
to
Amber.
Thank you.
Also, thank you
Thank
as a
you,
note
Amber.
to everyone who's continued to support us. We
Google,
appreciate
shut
all
up.
of you, and, we can keep making this show in such a fun way without you, or it would be a lot more stressful for me at the very least, as well as these other schmucks to continue making the show. And you
'Cause I'm
make it
just a poor
stay fun
boy,
for
I
us,
have
and
no money.
yeah.
I'm also a poor boy.
Yeah, thanks for adequately
Thank
describing
you,
the situation.
everybody.
Thank
Anyways,
you.
bye.
Thank
Hope you
you.
enjoyed this
Thank
episode.
you
Bye.
guys so
Thank you,
much.
everyone.
We love you.
Bye. Thank you so much for your support.
Bye.
Because without support, we're just ports. Bye.
Wait, what?
Bye.